Well, now we got to talk about the comeback of the night, the Bills and the Ravens. Look, in about the third quarter, I kind of gave up on the game. I watched it through. However, the Bills only had 19 points at the end of three quarters. They were down pretty bad. It was 34 to 19. I'm sitting over here like, you know what? This game might be over. Maybe the Ravens will just kill the clock, kick a field goal or two, bring them up to 40 points, and they're just going to ice this game. But nah, man, the Buffalo Bills scored 22 points in the fourth quarter. More points than they scored, obviously, in any other quarter. To come back and win 41-40 at the very end with a field goal. Impressive play, man. Listen to this. And they still kind of struggled a little bit, but listen to this. Lamar Jackson, 14 for 19, 209 yards and two touchdowns. And he scrambled for a touchdown. Derrick Henry, 18 carries, 169, two touchdowns. If you think a running back is pretty pointless in this league, you might want to watch this game because Derrick Henry did whatever he wanted, running that ball to the sides, up the gut, whatever. And this boy would get some really long runs, and he had a great game. Um, Zay Flowers as well, 7 receptions, 143 yards and a touchdown. Look, Baltimore came to win. Okay, sadly, 40 points just was not enough. Because on the other side, Josh Allen, 33 for 46, 394 yards and two touchdowns. James Cook had a rushing touchdown. Keon Coleman, 8 receptions, 112 yards and one touchdown. Look, in the end, Ravens were trying to kill the clock. The Bills wanted to win the game. And that's the divider in this one. The Bills simply wanted to win the game. They were like, man, us trying to come back and losing is not enough. We need to win it. And this can have playoff implications later on because of the head to head competition. So maybe you run into the Ravens in the playoffs and you're like, hey, I would rather that be at home instead of going to Baltimore. This could set you up for that. You know, Baltimore is in the AFC North and you got the AFC East and the Buffalo Bills. So this can have some serious playoff implications that a lot of people didn't think about. And maybe the Bills were thinking about that on the sideline, like, hey guys, if it comes to a playoff situation, we want the head-to-head win to have that potential advantage to be at home against the Ravens. That's not to say that's exactly what will happen, but it could play out that way. So we will see. But what did you guys think of this comeback, man? This one was crazy right here. This one was definitely by far my favorite game of the day.